Hello everyone! Sorry to keep you waiting. I just had to post a thing. How you guys doing today? Happy Saturday, hope you had a good week. Just got one fruit fly. I've killed like 7 fruit flies today. We've got 1 still surviving somewhere, but good. I guess it's not morning, but good morning. We today are gonna live through the Halloween spirit that I have right now. And we're gonna be making a mobile character based on this concept, and this concept was made by Shard on DeviantArt, so it's like SHRD, for a game called Mini Dungeons. So it's not my concept. I don't work for the game. I'm just gonna work from it today and see how it goes, have some fun. I'm gonna make some zammies. And maybe if I want to, I'll take it all the way through the pipeline, do hand painted and all that stuff. So we're gonna do it in T-pose and then probably pose it up afterwards. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna retop it and take it through the whole pipeline. Maybe, that'd be fun. But hope everybody had a good week. It looks awesome. Dude, I'm hyped about it. I'm really hyped about it. I'm like drinking coffee part 2 because the first one went really bad and the almond milk split and it looked really gross. So I had Luke made me another one. So how is the speaking to music levels, by the way? Is anything too loud, too quiet? Kind of looking at where my voice is on the audio thing, and it seems okay, but I need you guys to confirm with me that it's okay. Hey Steven, how you doing today? Sounds good, sounds awesome. Okay, cool. I just have to do one more thing. I have to make sure that I'm hosting Pixologic on my own channel. Sounds a bit loud? What sounds a bit loud? Which part of it sounds a bit loud? Alice, hello! Alquadi, Bazooka, Tutus, hello. Okay, so let's start. Let's see if we can get a lot of this done today. We might be able to. I might be able to beast through it. So we're looking at kind of having, probably going to replace this with a box because he's more of a rounded cube shape for his face. So I'm just going to make it a bit thinner. I'm just going to check how big everything feels. A bit too big. Plus a new patch just went out for ZBrush. Which I haven't downloaded yet because I only just found out about it this morning. Because I was using ZBrush yesterday and there was no patch then, so seems like it's quite a brand new one. So make sure symmetry's on, it is. See what kind of density that is. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly... What? Why is that now the move brush? No. Just going to quickly block in his kind of shape, which is like this rounded cube shape. And that'll be his head for now. Just gonna insert another cube for his body. Hey Eric, how's it going? I found the music quite emotionally stable. Mebigum, hello. Thanks to Spotify, I know when you're streaming. Wow, that is kind of weird. Actually, I'm gonna turn this to a different cube. I'm gonna go to initialize and cube that. Because it just means I have better topology if it's a cube rather than the standard insert cube. Because then I can select this bottom part. I can kind of do this a bit easier. And his shoulders are very close to his head. Where's the info on the patch? It just, when I opened up ZBrush, it was just there saying, there's a patch too now. And I was like, oh, I don't have that. Couldn't find anything above 2. Maybe I've only just gotten the alert about patch 2. I don't know. I opened up ZBrush today and it was like patch 2 is available, but I've never seen that window before, so maybe I've only just been notified about it. Maybe it's just me. Oh, that's R7. Give him little pants. So he seems to kind of be hunching over. It's gonna look really weird for a while. Wait a second. They've changed the topology of the... Oh, no. they haven't. Never mind. I was like, oh, is that changed? No, it hasn't changed. Oh. Where is my... I need a delete button in a thing. That's his hands, trust me. And then we're gonna put in his legs. And then we're going to add its little feet. Okay. Make sure the foot kind of lines up with the position of the knee. I'm going to mirror and weld that over. All right, so there's our terrible block in. And there's going to be a lot more to kind of do and figure out with it. But there it kind of is. It's finished. That's it. Game res model done. Everything's relatively. That's all we need to do. I'm just going to quickly add in a little bit for his eye socket, but he doesn't need much. And he doesn't have ears in the concept, but I feel like I kind of want to give him at least one, maybe. I don't know. Let's insert a cube again. We're gonna make it a Q cube. And this will be his mouth. I'm just gonna grab this top part, scale that down. Probably make the whole thing a bit thinner. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of start group all this stuff up into the kind of sections that I want stuff to be. So often I like to keep the head a start group, and then I'll kind of make the body a start group, so that I can separate the head from the body if I need to. So we also need to build these arrows. We can just build one, just stick a couple around. Sculpting in the body should be nice and simple. I feel like his arms need to be a lot longer if this one means that his hands have to be able to hit the floor. And then there's some weight issues. So if we say perspective is off, we need to make sure that he kind of looks like he can still stand. So, oh, I need to split this off actually first, 1 sec. Grab this one, and we need to go to split, group split, and that's just to get rid of legs from that poly group, not poly group, subtool, sorry. And then probably need to rotate his head up a bit as well. And then it looks a little bit more like he could stand if he needed to. He looks like he's getting a shimmy a little bit at the moment. They're just gonna move. Oh, I accidentally split. Okay, I see. Accidentally split. The Q cube makes it where every side is a different poly group, so I'm gonna have to merge these down. Okay. There we go. All right. Post-apocalyptic monkey? Dude, totally looks like it, doesn't he? I'm gonna move these down so they sit a bit slumpier on his shoulders. It is done. It's pretty. That's finished. That's what that is. All right. So I feel like all of this needs to be wider. Then his waist needs to be just smaller altogether. Something a bit more like that. All right. So I'm going to merge these two things together, and we're going to Dynamesh them, so maybe about 600. And then I'm probably just going to hollow out the inside of his mouth and do the inside of his mouth with separate subtools just to keep it all nice and clean. Good. Make sure back face mask is on. I'm trying to think what he looks like right now, because he looks a bit like something that I've seen before. That's kind of weird. He's got... Oh, I know why it's doing it, because I have scale all subtools on. It's like, where has everything gone? Got quite flat eyes. Doesn't need to be super round. Put it in there. And he's got a little bit more space either side of his head from where his eyes are. It's kind of like a weird SpongeBob shape right now. Flat eyes for easy rigging, yes. Well, he doesn't have pupils, so he doesn't really need to be able to look around. You won't be able to tell what he's particularly looking at. Hey Bam Bam, how are you today? So I might split these off again. We're just gonna insert a cylinder. This is going to be the top part of his teeth. Just gonna and I'm going to use trim curve to slice it. And then make sure it's symmetrical and duplicate that. Gonna mirror it along the Y and then bring it down. Oh, I hate when it's so close to the center when you can't actually move it. Bam! Now he's got some weird teeth. Don't know whether we should give him a tongue or not, but we'll think about it. I'd like tooth 1, tooth 2 and 3, tooth 1, and then he's got to have his little nose. I killed a fly! Yay! That's like fly number 10 today. And now I can see 2 more flying around because they're absolutely the fucking worst. Can't stand them. Alright, Dynamesh that. This bottom one's got 4 teeth. And I feel like the eyes overall need to be a lot smaller, actually. They're probably way too big. Kind of more like that, I think. I wish there was an easy way to like get rid of fruit flies. Doesn't seem to be one. Tongues are for the living. Yeah, it doesn't have a tongue. Doesn't need a tongue. I select mask lasso, please, ZBrush. Thank you. Okay. Split, group split. fused these two things a little bit too early. If I want to kind of keep things looking nice and crisp, I need to not jump ahead too early. Throw fruit out the window, they'll follow it. Dude, I wish it was that easy. I really do. We've put out like loads of like apple cider traps, and we have like the sticky fly traps you put on the corridors, and empty the bins as often as I can, and I clean around the bins as often as I can, and they seem never ending. It's really frustrating. Another model ready for shipping. But what have you guys been up to this week? And hello, Benold, I didn't see you there, sorry. What have you guys been up to? Hey, Emperor. Okay, grab this one. Just going to auto group it so I can grab this at the back and delete it, and then it's a shame there's no thickness on it. So what I might do is actually ZBrush that and then panel loop it. See how well this goes. What? Nope, might just rebuild that. I messed it up. Insert cube. I wonder why it didn't come with this, actually. If I put this right back to where it was originally, and then probably merged. Okay, one sec. If we merge down, that might work. Yeah, that's probably gonna work a bit better, maybe. If I... Sometimes you just break stuff. I wonder why it's adding... Just rebuilt the shape, really. Yeah, it seems like I just didn't check my poly groups when I split all of this. And a lot of the important stuff that I probably needed just got lost when I split it. Okay. Oops. That was a little bit of a pain, but it's all right. Hey Win, how you doing? Hey Mendian. This week I decided to stop being productive and only play video games. It's worked out pretty well. Neighbor might have a compost bin or something. They love those, and I swear they spread out from the source for miles. Maybe. It's kind of just like, I don't know. I don't know where they're coming from or where they're like getting in. But once they're in the house, it's so difficult to get rid of them. Okay, there we go. Yeah, dude, when am I not talking about fruit flies? I use a tablet. So we have this cool angle in the teeth. That's really fun. Get 100 spiders. Dude, I wish I had 100 spiders. I've killed like 10 just this morning. It's crazy how many that I've just murdered. Dorian does eat spiders. He doesn't eat flies though. Maybe that's why I don't have 100 spiders. Hey Hina, how you doing? Would rig that zombie? Probably. Boom, 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 boom. Just keep trying to see if I can spot them in the curtains, so then I can murder them. Right, I'm gonna grab these like that gross yellow color. Do, do, do. Just like adding some kind of poly paint to stuff when I can. Okay, so his fingers, I'm probably just gonna make one because even his thumb really looks the same. Just going to create one and then just move them all around. So if we just like make a sphere. And it's kind of flat and kind of like that in a way. And just ZBrush that. Have you ever tested a Cintiq tablet? Yes, and I hate them. Hey Pancho, hey Asin, how you doing? Well, that's glossy. I really like that eye material. You can get it just by typing an eye reflection material or eye reflection. Yeah, I think it's just ZBrush eye reflection material, and it's on like a polycount thread. And then ZBrush also has some really good eye materials as well, actually. So we kind of grab I'll show you them, they're really nice. So ZBrush has like one that's like a circle. If I quickly actually paint a color on there. Like a red. So these are ZBrush's ones. So this one I really like for stylized characters. Then he's also got like a heart-shaped one and a square one. So if you use ZBrush's ones, they look really good for stylized characters. And then this is the eye reflection one, which has like a fake HDR pattern in it. So you can kind of see like a window and some trees and stuff. So they're kind of like for two different styles. I really like to use this one for stylized characters. I think it's really nice. But I think for this guy it's a little bit too much. So that's why I'm going to use eye reflection instead, because it's just a little bit easier. So I'm just working on his finger right now. Make it as low as I can so I can get some cool shapes in it. And then I'm probably going to move it down here so then I can keep it if I want to use it again, and then duplicate it for his hands. So I think he's the first character that I've done that has only 3 fingers. I normally avoid doing that as often as I can. I'm gonna do some. Just gonna leave it there for now. Would hold across the street. Alright. I think his head needs to be much taller. What material is on the eyes? If you look up eye reflection material, it's just on a Polycount forum to download. Just randomly picked it up one day, and that's how I found it. I just googled eye reflection material. Going to insert a sphere for his deltoids. He hits the gym all day, bro. him extra buff. Well, it does look like he has some serious traps. If you look at the way that the head is connected. Gosh. You got it? Ah, awesome. Traps aren't gay. Oh my god. Alright. So, I'm just gonna go through and make sure everything is grouped properly. So I'm just gonna move his hand up here. No, that's his pelvis, not his hands. Those are his hands. So they're at the bottom. Make sure that all the fingers are at the bottom. And then start group up his hands because I don't want to weld those together. Then you can turn off his head because what I want to do now is merge visible and then dynamesh this together. So just going to make sure that his body and pelvis are actually attached. And then probably something like 800, dynamesh that. Make the arrow? Okay. Really quickly going to sculpt this properly though. Probably could ZBrush this all the way down really at this point. I haven't saved though. Oopsies! Oh well, let's see how it goes. No, I did not create the concept. I will post a link to it in the chat though. There you go. Go. And there's his body so far, so kind of looks like a pop figure body in a way. So I'm just going to go through and delete everything that I don't need. Just all of these. And then we're going to append the body back in. So make that a new start group. And there he kind of is so far. So he's quite low in the shoulders, but then his because he's hunched over, the back of him is quite large. I kind of want to hunch him over even more. I don't think he's hunched enough. Yep. Keyboard. Make sure we got these in the right place. So in proportion to his head height, his body is the same height as his head. So maybe his body needs to be shorter, or is it maybe his legs need to be shorter? One sec. Do. Has a hunch on what his posture should be like. Oh my god, get out, please. Please leave. Oh, did I accidentally dynamesh this? I did. Oops. Right, I'm gonna take this head and I'm gonna ZBrush it super low. I think his eyes have to be closer together. Oops. And I think his mouth actually bends forward. So eyes need to be close together. Sorry guys, this is like a lot of kind of pushing and pulling to kind of get something that works. Come on, select this please. Getting a little bit closer. So let's quickly build the arrow, shall we? We'll insert a cylinder. Make it quite long. Has to be long enough to be able to go through his head, so make it a bit longer than that. Is this an exercise? Yeah, I just wanted to do something else. I have 2 projects on the go, but both of them are in the polish stage, and I don't think that they would be super interesting to show on the ZBrush channel for that reason. I could show you both. I could show you guys them if you want. Oh, Eric, show me. I want to see. I'm hijacking other streams? No! Oh, his socks are so cute. I didn't realize you were working from a concept on this, actually, because the first time I saw it, there wasn't a concept on the screen. Why not using the move brush? Not a fan. I just do a mixture of both. It's kind of whatever I feel like at the time. Ever a problem in finishing a model? I keep tweaking it. It's horrible. I see how you do this so fast. I must move on and make a new project. Yeah, I think it's very hard to know when something is done, I think. And when to leave it alone. Because especially with game res models, like I know there's going to be a lot of tweaking on a model after I already feel like I'm finished, like in the low poly stage. So I try not to stick in the high poly stage just for the sake of it. I try to have at least some kind of reason that I'm at that point, you know. Like if we quickly save this. First save of the day, kids. Lock in everyone. So there's also knowing when to ask for feedback. If you haven't asked for feedback on anything and you find yourself plugging away at it with no focus, maybe ask for feedback, make a list, see what you need to do. Because this is one project that I'm working on in my own time, on my own channel. Delete all of these because they're taking up space. So this, at my point, is ready for feedback. I've got everything that I want in. The style that I want to do it in is all communicated well. You look at it and you kind of know what I'm trying to go for. All the elements I need, like all the props and stuff, everything's in there. Just basically the core of what I want this to be at the kind of quality and finish is all there. But now it's time for me to step away and ask for feedback. So I took loads of screenshots, I posted it up, asked what kind of things I could do to take it to the next level, and then when I got feedback, I have now a list of things that I need to work on, and when those things are done, I'm finished, basically. I could sit and tweak it forever and change this little thing here and change that little thing there, and I could like work on this hairline and make it like pristine, and I could go through and like make sure that every strand is perfect, but there's no real point, because then once I throw textures on it, it could look completely different. Do you get what I mean? Once it's retopoed and I've got textures on it, all those little details could either be lost, or they could completely change when I start putting color on them, so they don't have the same look and feel as the sculpture does. A lot of stuff changes by the time that you get to like texturing it. So I think the main things that I need to change are the face, was where I got a lot of feedback, and to change things like how straight some of these hair pieces are, like just adding some nice kind of changes in like kind of adding some curves, because I have like a lot of straight pieces, and that's kind of like what my feedback is, and that's what I need to work on with this piece, is adding those differences in to make it more interesting, basically. But this is all such little things, I didn't want to do it on the channel. I think some others are like, make the bow bigger and more prominent, and you know, stuff like that is what I need to do. But yeah, I think having some kind of focus, let me open up I have an app called Trello. And I basically use Trello to keep track of what it is that I need to do. And I think this helps you finish something, because I have fix this thing, I have fix this thing, fix that thing, build this thing, and I have a clear list of things that I need to do. And without that, I think I would just tweak it forever, because then I'd be like, oh, I remember I have to do this thing, and oh, I need to remember to do that thing. And I have a Trello board for pretty much all of my projects now that I work on. I keep pulling it away because there's NDA stuff on there as well. And then this is like a freelance contract that I've got. This is an NDA. So I've done these things, and it just makes it easy to work with, basically. So I think having a list is really important. I wish I could have a client. Go get one then. People aren't just gonna find you anymore, you have to go and get them. Do 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 do. Just gonna make it a bit thinner. There we go. Alright, rough arrow. I'm still... What does the tweaking causes? I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean by what does the tweaking cause. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Glitches when in animation. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey Craig Kelly, how you doing today? Can I put this zombie in my skeleton boy's hand? Yes. Dorian, why are you coming in here to wreck everything? Just sat on my tablet now. Thanks, cat. Give him little butt cheeks. Yeah, every time. Shouldn't the stream start at 2 AM? No. I would never do that. I'm too much of an old lady to be up till 2 AM. Well, in the ZBrush ZBrush timeline, which is the evil timeline. No, in the ZBrush time zone, the stream isn't supposed to start until 5 AM, so I'm not quite sure which time zone they're talking about. What app number do you use on average for smoothing? Normally just at 100. I turn it down if I have to, but normally it's just at 100 for now. I don't have like one setting for anything really. It depends where I am, what I need to do, how much I want a particular part to be smooth. Like it changes all the time. I couldn't tell you there's like a magic value for something like that. We definitely live in the ZBrush timeline. What am I doing? Oh yeah. It's not long enough. I tried. Ooh. It's still not long enough. I should really put it on transparent rather than ding, ding. There you go, Mr. Zombie. I'm going an arrow through his head. I've been mainly using 100 myself. I was just wondering if I was crazy for doing it. No, just you know, do what you need to do. There's no like magic number or anything to any of the values. It's literally just whatever it needs to be to do what you want it to do. Really. So I'm just going to soften this up because what I'm going to do is extract it so I can get like a normal lip, because I'm going to put these holes and stuff in his head. Go to extract. Probably not quite that much. We can probably make it basically nothing and then shrink the inside head, which I think I'm going to do because I think that's the perfect size. So I'm just going to delete the inner faces, take this and make it a little bit smaller when it's not masked. And then we're going to, oh, okay, try that again, one sec. Delete. Okay. I'm gonna take this part. I'm probably just gonna the mouth is hollow, and these are two different pieces. It looked joined. Nah, you can. Why does it keep separating this part? I wonder why. Because on this, nothing... It's not that it's masked out or anything, but then it seems to get rid of it here. Oh, is it just because it's yeah, it's just because it's a different poly group, that's why. Okay. For some reason, just do this. There you go. Delete hidden auto group. Okay, and then we're going to make it a lot lower. We might do Emperor. It might just be a sculpt. I don't know. We'll see. He'll probably be pretty fast to make and be pretty fun to stick out there, I think. A lot of what I've been surprised about recently is a lot of the stuff that people have been contacting me about has been like my hand-painted stuff. It seems to be quite popular, which I wasn't expecting. So doing some more hand-painted stuff is probably not a bad idea. Send help? Why? What's happened? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, have you posed your character in a cute pose? Is that why you're dying right now? No one can resist the charms of Genie Boy. That's the thing, Genie Boy was quite a random project for me. I wasn't expecting to do it. It just kind of like was something we found on that day and just started working on. So it was quite a out of the blue project, but it seems to be the project that a lot of people like the most right now. So that's pretty cool. Okay, panel loops. Probably want to go a bit more than that so we have a lot of buffer. Ooh, not quite that much. Yeah. See if we have a good loop to bevel around. I think actually I need to cut it so then it doesn't go around the eye, because that's probably a lip as well. Actually, I'm gonna redo that. So I'm just gonna redo this outer part. Actually. Please do, your hand painted stuff is beautiful, thank you. Hey Gatmo, how's it going? What have you learned from that? Finish your projects, kids. Except Elf Boy. Elf Boy will never be finished. I'll finish him one day. He'll be finished one day. To be honest, Elf Boy is at the polish stage now. Everything's in. He just needs a lot of cleanup. Right, I'm gonna do that again. Finish all your projects like uni does. Where did the original concept come from? It's done by somebody called Shard on DeviantArt for a game called Mini Dungeons. I killed a fly. Fuck yes. Go in the soup. By the soup, I mean in the vinegar thing that I made to trap you all that none of you go in. Right, I see one more, but I've just killed one, so maybe there's only one left in my room. And then another one will come to take its place, because that's how life works. Let's have a look at this. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, her pose is very static. Like she has bendy elbows as well, they need to be sharper. When somebody crosses their arms, they don't cross them on top of their breasts like that. That's really weird. They cross them underneath. So if you want to do something where you've got, say, like one shoulder up here, the other one down here, and she's crossing her arms. Then if you want to really push these legs as well, like twist, if you've got the shoulders from the top view, if you've got the shoulders going this way, twist the hips going the opposite way. So you need to bring her arms down, probably bring that shoulder up and bring that shoulder down. And then you want to count, I think it's contrapasto? Contrapposto, sorry. It's contrapasta. There you go, look that up. If you've got her shoulders going one way, make her hips go the other way to create this kind of cool shape and almost like an S shape when she's posed. She looks a bit like she's floating. Contrapposto. Contrapasta. I think these hair strands are all more like little tubes. You want to build these forms to be a lot heavier and a lot thicker. Clump them up a lot more because they just look kind of like worms at the moment. So I would clump that all up a lot more and probably thicken up the braid as well. That's really thin. Let the braid kind of go in somewhere, you know, really push these shapes as much as you can when you pose. When I pose stuff, I pose them kind of, I put them in a pose that's almost too far, it's too dynamic, it's almost like they can't stand or they're broken, and then I pull it back a little bit. And I find that that's, for me, is a really helpful way of posing. Because it means that I'm keeping things quite dynamic. Even in a standing pose, you don't want them to feel static. Because you're trying to show off your character as if they have movement when you're not able to animate them. So, for example, not polycount, not Twitch. What am I doing? This, thank you. Opening everything but that. Or I could open up the Maya file actually and just show you. So for my most recent pose, Do 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 do. Just give people time to screenshot the changes you make. Oh, oops. I should do that, really. So these poses that I did for, this is a hand-painted piece I recently just finished. I try to add shape and angles wherever I can, like even in the hand. There's a very particular style to it. If I were to change this, after I already posted it, I felt really bad about it. His hips are actually up here, so I would have made this straighter. Because this bend here, that's just because the rig put the hips down here, but they're actually up here. So that's something that I would change in the mesh because that looks really bad. This one's just a standing one, but if you can see that even in the standing one, I try to put the feet in 2 different angles from each other. I've got the hip twisting away from the shoulder. I've got the hands in 2 different positions. They're not doing the same thing. And then from the way that his shoulder is twisting away, I've got his eyes looking in an opposite direction, right? I'm trying to keep interesting angles throughout the pose so it feels more like he was walking and just stopped rather than, or he's about to go somewhere, rather than he's been standing there for a long time, you know? And then this one is quite a dynamic one as well. So I think I posed it like from here or something. So when you pose something, it's even small stuff, like I've got this one finger coming up and then it bends back out again. You gotta try and think that everything in their pose has to have a reason to be there, right? So yeah, I think you have to push the poses a lot more. I think a really bad pose can ruin a model, basically. You have an amazing model, but if you pose it weird. Oh, Alpha, it's awesome! See what I mean? Like Alpha's learning rigging and stuff as well to pose his model up, and it just like changes everything. Perfect, love it. Going back to my monkey zombie. Do, 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 do. She's the cutest ever. Post it with ZBrush is difficult to do. I mean, it's all about setting up good, oops. Oopsies. Just gonna do a sneaky little bridge right there. It's fine. Sneaky little bridge, it's fine. And then I need to Yes, that makes total sense right there. Good job. That makes the most sense I think anything has ever sensed to me. Oh, I can see it in there, I think. Let's go to display properties, double. Where are you? Go away. What are you? Okay. How would one start out by doing this kind of artwork? So if you've never done 3D before, probably pick up some kind of 3D package. There's like free ones, there's stuff like ZBrush, ZBrush Core, Sculptress. Crack it open, have an idea of what you kind of want to make, and just start making stuff. There's a few tutorials, there's stuff like the Z Classroom if you want to learn ZBrush products. There's YouTube, Udemy, Pluralsight, all that stuff all have huge amounts of tutorials. And just go. Like that's all I can really say, because that's all that I did. I just kind of cracked it open and just had a go one day and just kept doing it. Yeah, I killed another fly. Get out. Okay, let's add like a gross bone color. And then we're gonna pick the green color as well. Just kind of closer to more of a yellow. Quickly throwing on some color because it always makes it look really cool. Gives you more of a sense of what it is. And then we have to fill this in with a dark green. I wonder why it just doesn't kind of look that good. I think Sketch Shade just has a bit of a blue tinge to it, really. That's probably why. Alright. Take this color. Zombies too spook. So many spooks. Do-do-do. Hey Lorenzo, how's it going? Have you ever tried to do a tutorial for Plural site? I've done a few, it's not a bad way to get some income. No. I don't really do tutorials or anything. I'm not particularly, I don't know, I never really learn with tutorials, so making them as well just isn't really my thing. I've done one for Quixel that still hasn't gone out yet, because I'm kind of just blocked by them, really. But that was more of a, I'm just gonna do some texture painting, and I'm gonna kind of talk over the top about not necessarily teaching you how to use the program or anything. It's literally just, I'm going to talk a little bit through my process maybe, and that's it. It was very, very, very casual, which is kind of similar to what I do when I do live streaming, but I still need to catch up with them and see when it's going to go out.
Yeah.
The back of the head looks like open cheese with moldy packaging. Dude, I think it looks great. Why wouldn't you want some of this? Mm-hmm. Never said it didn't look great. Yes, I made a tutorial for Quixel, but they're the ones that edit it, not me. So by blocked, I mean like I can't continue, it can't continue until they do their stuff. So normally, like when you work in a team and you have tasks and say a animator can't animate the character until I'm done with it, it means that they're blocked, if you get what I mean. So I've blocked them because they can't do their work until I've done my work, if you get what I mean. So to make these teeth look like they're sitting a little bit closer, all I'm going to do is just inflate them. And then it'll just look like all the creases are a bit tighter. I do like to block them and stop them from doing their job. Screw them, man. Animators are the worst. Some seriously green teeth, bruh. going to use pinch around these pieces to sharpen them up a bit. This bottom one. Have you named your little friend yet? If I may, I'll offer Moldy as a suggestion if you haven't already. Yeah, I need to do the arms. But to be honest, with the fact that his hands have to hit the floor, they might not be too long, but we'll have to get him in a pose to figure that out or not. Right, let's put in some more teeth. So he's got one there. That shade to animate is everywhere. Savage. Are you going to bake the textures? I have some problems always doing that in ZBrush, so it'd be great to know how you manage it. I don't bake textures in ZBrush. That's how I manage it. I do all my baking in Marmoset Viewer. Before that, I did it all in a program called Nold. So I think I've only baked normals once in ZBrush, and this was years ago. I haven't done it since. Can all agree designers are the worst? I guess a designer's decision is what could change everything for everyone, so I guess I could back you up on that one. When they change the spec, suddenly could change a lot of work for a lot of people. But normally it's for the better, so I don't mind it so much. So I scaled up the character and now it looks weird. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let them break it. It's just how they find out. It's all about like giving people, including artists, just enough control that they feel like they can do what they need to do, but little enough that they can't break anything. So I think artists are definitely included in that category of, I'll give you enough, just enough to feel like you can do all the cool stuff that you want to do, but not enough that you're going to break anything and then come running to me later. Just the tip, yeah. Oop. Alright, now I'm going to crack out orb cracks. I'm gonna crack it out. And then he's got some like cracks in his teeth and stuff. Which I might actually Dynamesh this for. Ah. Ba-dum. Zombie! What if all the zombies are actually magical girls? See you next time. Bye, Garrity. I think it's Gartery, sorry. Redo my hair, no worm hair, and the pose. Thank you for advice, really appreciate it. Thank you! Good luck!
To be my enemy, victim of your cards. I'm running in the dark, I venture into nothing. Gone into the night. Won't you come and hold my
This is Master of the Sun by ADMB. How long do we have left? We have another 50 minutes. Right, let's paint some white onto these teeth, boys. Oh, thanks, Flink. How are you? It's been a while. I hope that you're well. It's Halloween, so that means zombies. Just trying to add a bit of poly paint to spice him up. Have brain matter in his mouth. We do have to cover him in blood. So we could have that. We could have like something stuck in his teeth. Then I'm going to add a little bit of a gradient around where the lip sits over it, so it kind of feels like there's more contact. Kind of like how you do with the eyes. So it just feels a bit more like it's sitting inside. He might be vegetarian, that might be why he's so green. Not because he's undead or anything. Could totally be vegetarian. Went to Fright Night yesterday, one of the amusement parks. They put up 4 haunted houses. Oh my god, are there pictures? Got swamped by freelance work, didn't have time to hang on streams recently. Aw, man. Awesome though, that you're getting a lot of work in. Doo-doo-doo. All right. So his arms end where his waist is, so they are too long. So what I'm going to do just really quick is just slice them off like that. Delete hidden and then Dynamesh them back on. And then we're going to move his hands up, so I'm going to have to grab these. And then maybe they're a bit too big, so make them a bit smaller. kind of want to give them a cool pose where he's kind of doing like this in a way. So I need to move his thumb. I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting his thumb in the position I'm after. The thumb kind of follows this angle, but then that still doesn't look right. I think it's because he doesn't have that little, 1 minute, I know why. It's because he doesn't have the little extra triangle that attaches to the hand, that's why. So I haven't got that shape. There we go, that feels better. It's like, why do these hands feel so weird? It's because I fucked up, that's why. Alright. Didn't add that little... Whoop. Wrong one. The moment you wonder why your key shot almost stops working, mouse moves every 30 seconds to realize you have a Prime 95 CPU stress test running with 100%. Oh my god. It sounds like the new UV interface and Maya much cleaner and easier to use. I am possibly thinking about upgrading to Maya 2018. Who uses it and says it's good? Because I need truth. Is it less buggier than when 2017 went out? Please tell me.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I love that.
You know my zombie?
I love that. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Get 3D printed.
Well, I guess technically he could be, but...
I want him.
Were you gonna pay to have him printed?
Yeah, I want him.
You gonna pay to have him done? You gonna paint him too?
Yeah, well done. He's my little precious. My little babes.
So is he your zombie?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, you gonna make cake today?
Yeah, I'm making cake.
Are you gonna make cake now?
Not
Because I was thinking we don't have cake tins, but you can like use the big brownie tin we used and just dice them into like smaller cakes and just ice them like mini cakes.
Yeah, so you can have like...
Mini cakes rather than one big one.
Yeah. Depending on how thick it is.
Probably won't be thick at all. Look, he's trapped himself now. He can't see anything. Don't use 2018, just bother to update my 2017. Oh, okay.
Could you be? Oh my god.
No, Dorian wants to suffer. Wait, just leave him alone.
There you go. He's free to suffer.
Right, I'm just gonna move his head a bit.
There we go. It's like magic, Dorian.
I feel like his shoulders need to be way wider.
He's all hunched up.
Yeah, but the way that they've drawn his shoulder, like, he's got like huge trap muscles, but then his shoulders slouch a lot, so there's quite like, from the side, there's quite that sharp angle there.
Mm.
So I need to sit his arms lower, but then connect them higher.
Let's go get the post.
You can't get cat cam on this channel. Oh shit, yeah. Is that from...
Yeah, it's only 44.
Yeah, I know. I need to do it. It's just for last month.
Yeah.
Killed another fly. Be gone! No, another one just flew by my face. Oh my gosh. So, heat. Looks kind of like he's sitting at the moment, so I need to probably bend his legs back. Where's his hands? I don't know where his hands are. There they are. What do you find difficult with texturing? Because I find that texturing is always really hard when you don't have a plan. That's when I really suffer at being able to texture, is if I don't have like any kind of plan at all when going in on what I want the textures to be, the exact like kind of like a ballpark for what the colors are going to be, what kind of style. Like if I don't have any references or any plan, I always really suffer at doing textures and used to hate them. But now that I plan them a lot better, I really enjoy it. So do you have like any particular plan or any particular problem that you have while texturing? So he's quite... Even though he doesn't have toes in the concept, I kind of want to give him toes. It kind of seems like he needs like a big, chunky, big toe. Do you know what I mean? Do you guys feel the same way? He needs like a big... I guess his toes would have to look like his fingers though, wouldn't they? They'd have to be like claw-like. But he needs, I don't know, I feel like he needs toes. That looks really bad. Let's not do that right now. I haven't saved in a while though. When was the last time we saved? 2 o'clock. And it's 3:30. So good job me, let's go. Dorian was in the kitchen then. He's not, but... Alright. Going to switch to trim curve. Oop. What are you working on? Yep, just a rando zombie. It's from a game called Mini Dungeons. So it's not my concept. So I can't tell if this line here is his shirt or if that's his pants. It might be his pants. Make one for yourself? No. I can concept for myself, but I don't want to. Other people's concepts are nicer. Why can't I have nice concepts too? I haven't drawn in a really long time, actually. Can't remember the last time I actually concepted something. Probably when I was in the studio. Oh my god, what is that? Zumbi! There's a divider? Yeah. Those are the pants, okay. So I'm going to separate his body into a half then. One half for his pants, one half for his torso. Make sure that there's no other poly groups, which there are. Don't like that they're not two different colors, that triggers me. Alright, so I'm gonna go to split, group split, one of my favorite things. Smooth that out. Go to the legs, smooth that out. And then we're going to do his little pants and his little shirt, and then we'll work on his hands. I'm probably going to delete this arrow as well, because I don't need it anymore. He's under the floor, you guys! Perfect! Oh my god. I want it. Yeah. What? Is he upside down? I think he's upside down, you guys. It's alright, it's fixed. He's good. Look, it's fine. He's not upside down anymore. That's the bad thing about starting with a sphere, is I never know which way is up. May I steal a concept I was working on after may I shill a concept? Show, I guess. I was working on after show you some thumbs a while back. Not sure, not that I really changed the silhouette much. Which was your advice? Yeah, dude, show me. What would you see yourself doing if you weren't doing this? I actually went to art college very last minute. It wasn't my plan. If I wasn't doing this, I would probably be studying psychology or law. I wanted to do criminal rehabilitation in psychology or criminal law. I don't know why, I was just really interested in it. Yeah. That was my plan. And then my friends told me to just go to, just try out an art college interview and see if I liked it. And I was like, nah, it's not really like, my parents told me it's not really a real job. I can't earn any money in it. They said that I shouldn't really do anything like that. And I went to an art college interview and I loved it and decided to do it anyway. So. Oh. Fly! Get away from my face! It's like, why? What have I done to you? Guess I've killed a lot of them. Of course he's under the floor, he's a zombie. Dude, this is pretty cool. I swear, Fly, I will destroy you. One day I will kill you. I will actually do it. And you will regret coming near me. It's quite a big one as well. I think it's really cool. I think you could probably push the silhouette a little bit more, like chunk out things like these here, like these bags, and make maybe make the shoes like in the silhouette, like differentiate a little bit more from the trousers. Because if you filled that in black, you wouldn't be able to really tell where the jacket ends and where the trousers start. So maybe chunking some elements up, but I think it looks really cool, to be honest. I really like the mask. I think the mask is the coolest part. Do you have any idea what the best way would be to start to learn 3D as you do now? Seems like it would be an awesome hobby. Have long wanted to try it, but never come so far to know where to start. I have no experience. Maybe start at a free program. Yeah, I mean, there's PGP, there's Sculptress, which is completely free if you just want to try out in a really small environment and give it a go and just try sculpting. But to be honest, the best way to start is just to start doing it. If it's something that you're interested in doing, just go for it. Like, there's literally no other way that I could tell you how to start. For me, personally, I don't learn from stuff from like tutorials. I learn by breaking things and trying stuff out and going, will this do this? And then do this thing. And, you know, I'm a very destructive, kinetic learner. I can't just sit and watch a tutorial and copy it and then think that's the only way of doing something. You know, I always like to try things and just kind of poke about. And I guess that means my knowledge is quite limited because I haven't seen tutorials and I haven't seen videos where people will be like, here's the super cool trick about this thing, because I don't watch that. But I think the best way to get started, to be honest, is through discovery. Just try it. Open it up, think, what do I want to make? Try something quite simple to begin with, like just a face, but like a really cartoony face. Just open a sphere, just draw some swirls on it, you know, just give it a go. I think that's the only way really that you could get started, is just to do it. And Sculptress is such a small program, it's an easy environment to just jump into without having to think, wow, this UI is really heavy and it can do so many things. And then when you feel comfortable there, maybe go to ZBrush or ZBrush Core, you know, just, yeah. Destructive learner would have been interested to see you as a psychologist. That's the thing, I don't think those would have suited me because of the way that I learn. Just be like, oh, I guess I'll just try some stuff out. To ruin someone's life. But no, this is awesome, I really like this. Are these swirly things made with VDMs? They look kind of like they've been made with VDMs. Yes, ZBrush does have a 45-day trial, yeah. How long do we have left? We have 25 minutes left. Let's see if we can get his shirt on. So, starting to kind of come together now. Can I ask a question? You just did. Oh, I'm so funny. Of course you can. Could have like a rig, like a little rib that pops out. Only pre-approved questions allowed. Also trying to get into 3D, and the one question that really nags me is when do you add something new as a primitive instead of extruding, for example, a weapon grip or an ammunition magazine? I would say that a weapon grip and ammunition, unless it doesn't look as if it's one piece, is always a separate element. I build everything out of primitives and then join it if I have to, pretty much. Probably gonna weld the fingers together in a minute as well. Seeing how we only have, what, 20 minutes left. All right. No, I won't be. I have some client work that I need to do all day. Unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because it's really fun, but I've got loads of work to do today. Just gonna grab Smooth Stronger. What gets you through your day? Oh my god. That's a bit of an intense question. Every day is just waiting until I get to eat again. Because I like eating. I don't know. I just kind of get up and do my thing. Yes, memes. Memes get me through the day. Yeah, sorry, I really don't know how to answer that question. What's gonna get me through the day today is that Luke's gonna be making coffee cake. That's how I'm gonna survive today. There you go, some rough hands blocked in. Do, 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 do. Better send that in the mail along with that bean burger. Just got the ZBrush trial. I'm trying to be a modeler. Any tips? It will take a long time before you create anything that you're, I guess, like super crazy happy with. It's going to be a bit tough at first, but just know that it will look awesome if you keep trying. And not to just give up. It's probably my best advice, to be honest. It should be the same color, but get out, Emperor. Nah, you're right. Don't know. Very good point. Very good point. But yeah, my best advice is probably just keep at it, because and also when you're learning, try to learn with small projects, but as often as you can. If you try to go too big too fast, I think it can be very discouraging quite quickly. So try to start with small projects and then slowly work your way up to something a bit bigger. I wouldn't try to go too big straight away, because I found that was like when I was learning at university, it was like, oh, we're gonna learn how to make a character now, but then it was like you suddenly had to design your own character and model it straight away with no previous like experience at all in modeling, and a lot of people failed and felt really discouraged by it. And I think if maybe they started smaller first, everybody probably would have liked it a lot more. So try not to go too big straight away. Okay, we have 11 minutes left. Are we gonna stick an arrow in his back as well? 1 minute. How good would I say that I was at anatomy? I'm okay. I'm not super good at it. Like, I don't have an extensive knowledge in it, but I can recreate the shapes. I think I just don't like the hand pose. Probably need to change the hand pose. Just not down for it. What I normally do is kind of like Hey, Jackal, how's it going? never like it when the hands are all like, all the fingers are in exactly the same position. It never feels right to me. So doing stuff like this always kind of makes it look better to me. Obviously they're a bit twisted now, it needs some clean up, but pretty happy to leave those there right now. Buns. Okay. So I'm pretty happy to say that that's 3 hours of work. What do you guys think? That's what we have so far. There's a few things I can see now that I want to change, but they can all be changed pretty easily. But I'm pretty, yeah. There's our Halloweeny zombie thing. It's acceptable. Nice, thanks. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you want to see more from other 3D artists using ZBrush, we have some amazing people on this channel. So make sure to follow the Pixelogic channel. If you want to see my own stuff, I have my own channel called Unicorn Dev, and I stream on there now from, this is BST, but I stream on there from 10 AM until 6 PM, Monday to Thursday. So I have a very long stream schedule. Next up, we have... Oh, going to Monday. Michael Pavlovich. No, we don't. That's Tuesday. T.S. Whittlesback is going to be sculpting, and he does like cool jewelry stuff for 3D printing. So make sure that you check that out. That's on Monday at 8 PM PT. No idea how to say his name. I'm so sorry for butchering it every week. If you want to try out ZBrush, then there is a ZBrush trial. We've been talking about it a lot on the stream, but there's a free ZBrush trial just down in the description. It's for 45 days. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys next week. And that's it. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.